Zamachana, my loves, karibu sana to my channel. My name is B, Mom B, Baby B, Beatricez, karibu, karibu. If you've been with me since I started my journey here on the motherland here in Tanzania, thank you so much for staying this far. If you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And yeah, so today today we'll actually be talking about my monthly bills here in Tanzania, here in Mbezi Beach. And before we get started, I pretty much just want to show you guys what the exterior of the property looks that I'm actually staying on right now. I am in the process of relocating to an actual house. I prefer to be somewhere in nature. I like to be in nature. I'm always looking for places in nature. So that's why I'll be relocating to. And I want to show you guys something. Shh. Don't tell my neighbor I show you this. Look at this. Hey. This is his third try. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. So can you guys please comment down below and let me know what it is he's doing with these coconuts on this ground with nothing underneath. Okay? Okay, well, let me show you guys what this beautiful property looks like. Okay, so right there, that's the front entrance. Hey, yes, look at this. This is what the back looks like. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful property. Beautiful, beautiful. This is what the sitting area looks like. This is the laundry area right here. So as you guys can see, right here, they wash the clothes. Because you put the water in, you wash it. And then, I guess it dries a little bit. And then, they hang it up on the rope right here. And as you can see, this is the government water, but I really don't know how it works. So yeah, we have a grill. This is actually my neighbor's grill, and used to iron stuff. I don't know what this here is for. We're done. So on my monthly bills here in Tanzania, the most expensive bill I would say is Wi-Fi, internet, data, all in one. So on a monthly basis, I spend anywhere between $50 US to $75 US. And the reason for that is because I use a lot of data. I use data to upload my content on YouTube. I use data to just browse in social media because I don't watch TV, so I'm always on social media. I use data for other stuff that I use data for. But yeah, so I will say data is definitely one of my most expensive bills here. But before we even continue, I want to say here in Tanzania, the only bill that is fixed is your rent. Nothing else is fixed, because you can go to one location and they might, you know, give you a higher price, and you can go to somewhere else and the price might be a little bit more reasonable. So nothing is really fixed here. So you negotiate, you negotiate, you negotiate. Okay, so my second bill, oh, And with the data and Wi-Fi, internet, everything, I also have a local phone that I transfer data on to be able to use that for things like transportation, Uber, Bolt, yeah, and so forth, and just for map and so forth. The second bill that I have that's also a little expensive is food. If you guys been following me for a while now or seeing my other content, you know, okay, I touch on accent pricing. So yes, food. Food is not, I don't want to say it's really expensive. The only thing is certain places you go, you do get price doubled because can't get it as that, because you're speaking, you can't get it as that. And then also for me, I do eat out a lot. I mean, you have to help support the economy. You can't just come and sit here and say, hey, let me cook my food all the time. No, like I even had a cook that used to make some delicious wali, maharage, bamia, and chichat and stuff for me when I was at a different location. So yes, you have to help the economy. So I do eat out quite a bit. If you're eating, for instance, when I eat out at the nice local restaurants that are not charging me 3 times, where they're only charging me twice the amount, I pay roughly about 2,500 Tanzanian shilling for a plate of food that includes juice or water. So it's very, very affordable. But if I'm eating out at a major cafe or restaurant, it can cost me anywhere from 20,000 Tanzanian shillings for just a plate of food, not including drinks. Majority of the juices, because everything is fresh, will cost you roughly around 7,000 Tanzanian shillings at a bigger restaurant or cafe. So and then apart from just the restaurant, if I'm eating at a larger restaurant or cafe, I also have to spend a lot on transportation, because everything, all the restaurants are not within one centralized location. So for instance, I live here in Mbezi. Some of the restaurants that I love are all the way in Oyster Bay or Masaki or Misasani. For instance, I went to this restaurant, which is a local Tanzania owner. I believe she's an artist. Shishi restaurant. It was all the way in Oyster Bay, somewhere in Oyster Bay, and price was it was very, very reasonable. I believe I spent about 10 to 15,000 just on my meal itself, and then transportation cost me roughly around, let's say, almost 9,000 Tanzanian shillings to go to the restaurant and also to come back. So, and then at least probably 3 times a week I do cook. But yes, food can cost me anywhere between 50,000 Tanzanian shillings a month to 100,000 Tanzanian shillings. So like I said, it depends on if you're eating out or if you're cooking. But for me right now, the goal is, you know, continue to help the economy, and plus I'm in an area where they charge a little bit more. So okay, the next bill, transportation, which I sort of already touched on. Transportation, oh bad. Transportation is just its own human being energy all in one. So transportation can cost anywhere between, let's say, I don't know, $25 US a month to also $50 US a month, and that depends on if I am going out or just eating in or what it is I'm doing. So some month I do spend a lot on transportation. For instance, when I went to immigration to get my extension, immigration was at least about an hour away. So going there, I was able to get a very good deal on a boda for about 15,000. I'm sorry, it was a bajaji, 15,000 Tanzanian shillings. And then coming back, I ended up taking boat, And because we were in traffic for a long time, I ended up paying about 22,000 coming back. So transportation fluctuates a lot. Again, if you're someone, if everything is within close proximity to you, you might not spend that much on transportation. But if you're someone that loves to go out to eat, you know, go different places, like if you're going to Kariakou costs anywhere between 7,000 Tanzanian shillings to 10,000 Tanzanian shillings, based on my current location here in Mbezi. And Kariakou is between 35 minutes to 45 minutes away. And a lot of times transportation fee is based on the transportation you're actually taking. So if you take a boda, which is a bike, is much cheaper. If you're taking a bujaji is usually 2,000 to 2,500 more than a boda. If you're gonna take an Uber car, just forget it, okay? Just forget it, okay? Because traffic here is crazy. It would take forever before you get to your destination. So I usually take a bujaji because they're much safer than a boda. I mean, I've taken bodas a lot of times, nothing happened yet, but yeah. So pretty much transportation, it varies. You might not spend anything on transportation within a month, and then the next month you might end up spending twice the amount that you ever spend in your life, depending on what it is you have to do. But if you're someone that comes here, you come here and get yourself a nice little used car, you get yourself a nice little used car, you're good, you know, because transportation does consume a lot of your money if you're moving around. What else? Electricity. So right now I am not paying any utility bills, no electricity. Everything is inclusive in this current apartment that I'm staying in. But I've spoken to family that have large family, like a family of 5 or 7, and sometimes they don't even pay more than $30 per month. Because the whole idea is, if you're bringing things like solar panels, you're bringing your generators, and you get a house that have a lot of natural light, you know, coming in, and which honestly 98% of these homes, that's how they're built. They have a lot of natural light, you know, coming in and stuff. So it's very easy for you to save on things like electricity and water. Again, everything is inclusive here, but like I said, I've spoken with family that have large families, and they don't spend more than, let's say, $20 or $30 per month, or probably the max I've heard is $50 on water, because a lot of property, you know, you have different options when it comes to water. I might go in depth with that with my new place that I'm sorry, mosquito is tearing up my skin right now, so sorry. So I will go in depth once I get on my new property, because I'm actually in the process of getting a house, so I can learn how to do a lot of things myself and kind of learn the system here in Tanzania. But even with water, like, it rains all the time. I would catch the rainwater, let it sit, use that to wash my clothes. And Kiboko, I believe that's the government water. You can pay for that. We have is it Kiboko? Let me see the name on it. Hey. Yes, it's Kiboko. That's a government water supply. I really don't know the system for the water supply, but I do see that on a lot of properties. So I will get more information on that for you. But yeah, you have that as an option. And then the moment we've been waiting for, I pay a little. I paid about $300 a month on my 1-bedroom apartment here in Mbezi Beach. Yes, my friends that are local Tanzania have told me that's very expensive. Oh, no accent pricing today, okay? I'll leave that one alone today. I'll leave it alone. But yes, they told me that it is very expensive, especially based on the size of my apartment. For instance, my apartment is in a very beautiful area. It's very secure. My kitchen is tiny, looks like a little box. The living room is very tiny. But the bedroom is big, is large, very spacious. The bathroom is beautiful, very, very, very spacious. So I don't understand like the ratio, how when they built it, they gave the room more space and the bathroom more space. They probably knew Beatricez was coming. And she like big bathrooms, so they just, I'm just kidding. But yeah, the place is very nice, and it comes with a cleaner, housekeeper. So what we so she cleans the place every 6 days a week, and you just tip her. And then I also give her my clothes and stuff to wash, and then you just tip her. I mean, I don't really tip her when she wash my clothes. I gave her money. So I asked her, I give her a certain amount of clothes and asked her how much, what a fair price would be, and she set her fair price, and I gave her that. I give her that. But my neighbor here likes to give 3 times the amount and make some of us look bad, like, dude, what's wrong with you? So he does that all the time. But yeah, but other than that, yeah, I try to make sure I'm not spending more than, let's say, $450 per month. Because honestly, like you guys have seen on YouTube, there are families living their best lives here, spending, like large families in mansions, spending, I don't know, less than what I'm paying right now on my 1-bedroom. But again, I am grateful that I get to cook my own food when I want to cook my own food. It's better than being in a resort or being in a hotel. So yeah, so pretty much, guys, that's it. Let me make sure I am not missing anything. Earlier during my recording, I forgot to mention that to make sure you negotiate how much you would pay up front. I wouldn't recommend paying more than 2 months in advance, because one day you might just wake up and your whole bathroom will be flooded and it will come all the way out to your room. Then you will have to go get your neighbors to come and help you turn it off, and you reach out to management. You might not get a response. You might not get any response. So I would personally recommend negotiating, but yeah, initially I paid 2 months in advance here, and that's what I worked out.